Sorry I'm a bit sweaty. Just got back from my morning walk. I am on a work trip and giving you my month 5 update. If it's a little echoey, I'm in like a vacation rental home with coworkers. So I have my own room and it's themed. I'll give you a little tour. Here's the bathroom. It's a British phone booth. And this is the night bus from Harry Potter. And that's where I'm sleeping. It's my bed. It's a triple bunk bed meant for kids, but I'm here staying at this awesome room. There's different themed rooms. Anyway, that's all besides the point. We're here to give you a month 5 update. So first off, you might notice the sound of this video and the sound of my last video. I didn't talk about it in the last video, but this is because it happened in month 5. Month 5, I bought my first perk for meeting some finance goals. So after reaching 1,000, my reward for reaching $1,000 was to buy a better microphone. So I got the DJI microphone, wireless microphone. And what I need to do today is do a Amazon review of it so I can start earning money from it. The cool thing is on purchases like these, if you do reviews, you can end up making your money back from the purchase. So hopefully that's what happens. I'm learning, that's one thing I've learned in this month, is I'm making the most money off bigger ticket items. So there's a roof storage unit in my garage, a garbage disposal, a ceiling fan, and my dog kennel, all close to over $100 purchases, and I've made in the 20s and 30s on those items. So definitely better to review more expensive items because when you make money off it, you're making more money. Unfortunately, that means we're starting off month 5 with a negative earnings, which this cost after tax $172.20. Hopefully a good investment for the quality of these videos, which we'll be making more and more of. I'm hoping to make more than one a month. These monthly updates will happen every month now instead of a whole bunch here in this month. I had 2 eBay purchases this month. The first one was a projector, an old mini projector. Sold that, and I also sold the thermal printer that I bought from month 1 on accident, and ended up making money off it. So two big items to kind of clear out space in my eBay store. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be replacing them with anything anytime soon. But as I review items, sometimes companies have been sending me things like headphones. For some reason, a bunch of headphone companies want to send me things to review, so I've been getting those. So I might put some of these headphones up on my eBay store. I've been making more and more Amazon reviews. I haven't done a whole bunch in the last couple weeks because I've been trying to think of what else I could do to start earning money. And one thing that I left you with at the end of the last month's video was that now that I have a bit of money, I'm going to start investing it. So I opened up, well, actually I already had the account, but I started actually a monthly transfer of $120 a month to an investment account. And on the last day of this month, I made my first investment. But the money already moving it to this account is earning interest or it's like dividends. So it's a investment account, but the money market earns dividends. So I'm already starting to earn dividend income. So that's my first thing is dividend income was $9.86. $9.86 in dividend income just from having a balance of like $500. And from there, so what I finally invested in at the end of this month was stuff that I've already kind of been investing in, which is index funds. The one that I'm doing is VYM, I think it's called. It is also a dividend. So basically they pick the best dividend paying companies, and they invest in a bunch of those. And so it kind of tracks the Fortune 500, but it also pays dividends. So even if things aren't going slow, you'll at least continue to increase in money. So we're starting to invest and in this channel with the microphone, which I think I just tested back some of the audio and it's much, much better. I'm in a very echoey room, and so it avoids the echo by having the voice kind of right here with you. All right, next up is Amazon earnings. That was huge. Amazon earnings continues to grow. I was hoping to hit 200, but I didn't quite make it there. It was 185.87. So huge, well, so the previous, that's a $15 jump from the previous month. And I think it's a slower, as the year goes on, it might be a slower time of year, but I am gonna put a new effort into continuing to do more reviews. We've been buying a lot on Amazon, so I'll have a lot more to review. And my wife said she's possibly gonna start doing reviews too to help me out with that. My other channel, this time of year is actually a good time for it because I have several April Fool's prank videos that start to peak in views at the end of March and April Fool's Day. So at the end of the month, my views took a spike and my earnings for YouTube were $25. My total earnings for month 5 was $270, but because of the expense of the microphone of $172, my total earnings was $98.11. So almost $100 of earnings, which was a drop, but with the expense, it was actually an earnings increase, but total revenue, net revenue because of the microphone was only 100. So, but we're still going up. The other big thing is because I started making these monthly updates, I'm starting to get more views and more subscribers, and we're up to 124 subscribers, which is an increase of 16 from the previous month. Sorry if this video is shaky. I'm kind of walking around in this room because there's nowhere to set up the camera. There's like no furniture, just the beds, and the beds are down low to the ground, so I have nowhere to set this up with good lighting because there's also like no light in here. So I have the bathroom door open, shining in on me. But anyway, the big change, I've come up with an idea. Now, I'm hoping to kind of be inspired to do something with this channel. Making money isn't my only goal, right? It is something that I can measure, and it's something to shoot towards. It's something to go towards, and getting subscribers isn't my main goal, but it's a challenge. I'm gonna challenge myself, right? Shoot towards something. The main thing is to find something that I can do to add value to the world, to create something, and I wanted to document it. So this month, month 5, I had been praying, meditating. I've kind of honed in on what I do on YouTube. I try not to watch too much and not scroll. I still do, but I've also been trying to be very careful about which videos I watch and what they do to my mind. So I try to watch positive, uplifting videos. One of those videos, it was a religious video, but what it did was recommend how to receive inspiration from God. And they said every morning when they wake up, they say, I love God. Or, I love you, Heavenly Father. Because what is the first great commandment in the Bible? It is to love God with all your heart, mind, and strength. And second is like unto it, love your neighbor. So I said, okay, I need to do that. I've been blessed. I need to tell God that I love him every day. I did that, and it didn't happen right away, but over a couple weeks of doing that and just kind of trying to change how I do things and not have my mind filled with garbage from the internet, I one day was listening to a book. Somebody had recommended a book to me, and as I was listening to this book, it's called The $100 Million Offer. The book itself didn't teach me anything. I'm not done reading it, but as I was listening to it, an idea came to my mind, which was an idea to create a website, an app, a web app, or a mobile app, or both, to help people overcome social media addiction and all addictions, but first and foremost, social media addiction. And it would become a community. It would become kind of a virtual community, but also a way to kind of a replacement for social media. So one of the biggest things that I wrote down first, so I started jotting down all the ideas, and one of the first things was it would never have ads. And if you've been on the internet long enough, you realize that nothing's ever free. If it's free, then you are the product, which means you're having ads sold to you. So YouTube's free, but you have to watch ads and you get sponsored videos, and you're being sold stuff too. So this was going to be the first thing, is I wanted a place where, and most free sites don't start out that way, right? And that's when they were good. If you think back to the old days of YouTube, it was good. Old days of Facebook, good. Old days of Instagram, good. Because it was just you and your friends sharing things, or finding people who weren't making money. They were doing it for passion and just being creative. And when things go south, it's usually over money. It becomes monetized, it becomes ads start coming in, and people start gaming the system and using bots to gain followers or to get attention. So this would be the policy of this new product would be no ads ever. That would just be the policy from the very beginning, no ads ever, which means there would be an expense to it. So it would not be free. There would be free aspects to it, but it'd also have a huge value because it would help you overcome your addiction and teach you new skills and provide a community and provide a way to build new leadership skills and more details on all that. But now the goal is to start building that. So now we're going to document the process of building this application. Wow, I apologize for the last several minutes of the video. When I unplugged the microphone, I had to unplug the microphone to test the audio to see if it was working. And then when I plugged it back in, the phone had reverted back to using the phone's microphone. So just after telling you that the sound is much better, it got worse. So anyway, it's much later in the day now. I just got done with work. After my walk, I went to work, and now I have some free time. I'm going to go work on the new application. Now, I was going to tell you a little bit more about that. Just that the reason I'm choosing this is I first did eBay, which I don't really have any skill in, and I wasn't making any money compared to the time I was putting into it. Amazon affiliate has been fine because it's very passive. I just make videos when I want to, and compared to YouTube, I've made 100 videos on Amazon, which very low effort. Whereas YouTube, like no editing, YouTube videos I edit, and these ones I'm not putting a ton of effort into because I don't have a ton of time, but on my other channel that's making money, I have hundreds of videos over there, and it put a lot more effort into those, and it's making $20 a month. But on Amazon affiliate, I've made 100 videos and now making $200 a month. Much quicker turnaround on making videos. And if I continue to do that, I can just see that number going up, up, up. But what I decided I needed to do is focus on the skills I have, the value that I can already provide. And one of those values is I'm a developer, I'm a programmer. So I decided I should come up with a product I can develop. And so that is going to be a web app because I'm a web developer, but I'm also going to learn how to develop a mobile app. So it's going to be a web app first, and then I'm going to try and convert that web app to be a mobile app. And I'm going to have to learn a lot, but because of the skill set I have, it should be a fairly easy learning curve for me. And I will share with you how I do it, how I learn. And we're going to use AI to help me out. And we're going to let you guys help be testers and try it out. So if you're interested and want to be kind of a beta, alpha, whatever you want to call it, tester, let me know in the comments, and I will post where to test this all out once it's available for testing.